Good to have you along with us tonight. I don't know how many years it has been since I first heard about Dan Burisch. It's been a long time. And Bill Hamilton was the first person, I think, to bring this story to light, to my attention at least. And over the years, we have done, I don't know, at least half a dozen programs in depth about Dan, who is a very enigmatic man who will make his first national radio appearance tonight on this program in just a few minutes. Let's say hello to Bill Hamilton and welcome him back. Hi, Bill.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm back, and I'm not coughing.
Yeah, no, you sound like your old self.
Yes.
Of course, you sound like your old self last time, too, just a little under the weather.
Right.
Good to hear your voice. How many years ago was it that you first came on this story? And I don't think it was too much after that you were on this program talking about it.
Well,
it's been a long time.
Yeah, I first saw the document that Dan wrote in 1999, but I first met both Dan and Marcy in 2002. Mm-hmm. And it was probably after that meeting that I came on the program.
Seems like it was more than 4 years ago, but maybe not.
Yeah.
Time flies.
Sure
So
does.
here we are at long last, and I know Dan had indicated in the past, if I remember correctly, that he did want to go public, but there were no green lights all the time back then. There were apparently ups and downs. We'll find out more about that in a few minutes. But as far as you are concerned, being an independent and highly respected career UFO research scholar, this story not only has legs, but it has great traction. Correct?
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Nothing has come into your field of view, intellectually or academically or in terms of journalism, to give you any real cause for concern about this story?
No. What I talk about is yellow flags and red flags. Mm-hmm. Right? Red flags means stop, don't go any further.
Right.
Yellow flags mean caution, I need to check this out further.
Mm-hmm. Need more data.
I had maybe a couple of yellow flags along the line, but I feel like I have resolved that in time, and it's been a green flag all the way.
Very good. Let's say hello to a young lady who was on the program, who was this, on the 21st of June already, Marcy McDowell. Hello, Marcy.
Hi, Jeff. How are you tonight?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. I'm
Good.
doing well. It was the 21st of June.
Yeah, let's see, 1 week, almost 2 weeks.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
So this is a story, and we've communicated, it does seem like more than 4 years, but...
It does seem like more than 4, but it hasn't been that many years, though.
Years.
Busy, jam-packed years.
Yeah. I remember we were talking before the book came out and other things. When did the book come out, Eagles Disobey?
Eagles Disobey was being written in 97, and it was actually finally released in 98.
Well, then we have been talking for 7 or 8 years. For
quite some time, yes. Through the course of writing Eagles and all of the things that happened afterwards, yes.
Right. And you talked at some length, in fact at considerable length, as did Bill, about Dan in our program on the 21st, and all of you who are subscribers can hear that any time you'd like, and it is fascinating to say the least.
Oh,
now, when did Dan first talk about wanting to go public with this, Marcy? Do you remember? It's been a long time, I know, but he wanted to, and he couldn't, and then he could, and it seemed to me, that's at least how I recall it, that it was a bumpy road.
It was a very bumpy road. Actually, from almost the beginning of 1990s, Dan was in a way hoping to find a way to go public with this, but he was so deeply involved with Majestic, and so involved with his work up at S4 and with the J-Rod, that it was a complete impossibility at that time. But times have changed, and things have happened, and he is now in a position where he's actually under orders to tell the public what he knows, what he's experienced, what he knows firsthand.
Gee, and I thought he wanted to come on this program of his own free will. under orders.
Oh, he's been hoping to, but never had the chance until just recently.
I know. I'm being silly, but with all that said, let's welcome Dr. Dan Burisch himself and say hello in person for the first time and for the first time ever. Hello, Dan.
The time has come, the walrus said, to talk of many things.
Indeed.
Hello, Jeff.
Oh, wait a minute, Jeff. Let me jump in on this.
Uh-oh.
Of shoes and ships and sealing wax, of cabbages and kings.
And why the sea is boiling hot and whether pigs have wings. I think we've taken enough of a show up now, Marcia.
Well, that's the literary aspect of it anyway. I won't even ask Mr. Hamilton to... Nah, just be quiet, Bill, you better.
Yeah.
Now, Dan, you literally were told to go ahead and go public. Is that the story? This has been a long issue, and if so, who told you and how did that come about?
Well, indeed I have. On October the 12th of 2005, I was sat down in Marcia's apartment together with my wife of 16 years, Deborah, and was given a verbal set of orders which had been passed to Marcia in a written form. I have that exact order in front of me if you'd like to hear it.
Sure, I'd like to.
I will quote, to, this is definitely a quote, the Most Honorable Dr. Danny B. Kitselis Burisch, Majestic ID number H6196E, from the Most Honorable MJ number 1, for the Consistory of the Majestic 12, Washington, D.C. Within and for the consistory of this majority assembled, by order of the Majestic 12 in formal high session, Thursday, October 12, 2005 A.D., you are hereby instructed, ordered, and enjoined to the best of your abilities and talents to present the truth of the extraterrestrial reality as you have personally known it on dates yet to be established to the population of the world. You will conduct this disclosure with the application of your sacred honor, without regard for personal security, and in an unwavering manner rely upon the truth and the countenance of Almighty God as your personal defense. Know now that you have the personal assurance of the Majestic 12, that none shall prevail against you, that your message shall be for the unity of humanity during the time of the cycle's cross. Such supremacy of word, but subordinate to God, is established by treaty with the future extraterrestrial intelligences. You are hereby held to all ethical and moral boundaries, as in keeping with the standards set forth for senior agents of the Majestic 12. May God be with you, O Son of the Majestic. We will stand unanimous and adjourned to your purpose. Your acceptance of this order is hereby requested forthwith.
That's some pretty highbrow language. One wouldn't be expecting language that eloquent from an organization like that, or speaking of such high, almost spiritual demeanor. It's interesting.
Well, these ladies and gentlemen who have recently been seated in the 12 positions for the Majestic 12 are deep individuals, and I've come to respect the majority of them, no pun intended with the word, but the majority of them as deeply convicted individuals for the future of humanity. Now, this is not to say that many of those 12 individuals at the same time have not done certain things for which I wish they would not be heading for the hills at this moment and leaving me holding the bag. But that said, I do have a deep regard for them. You know, Jeff, in common parlance, it's a common thing now to give a shout out to your friends. Might I give a small shout out to my 12 friends out there?
Sure, please do.
Okay, I'll name them one at a time here, and I'll even give some initials out.
Now, this is a first, folks. This is a list that you've not seen anywhere else. I'm all ears. Go ahead.
To the Honorable MJ number 1, Daddy-O, JMM, go ahead and deny me, and we'll have some espresso afterward. To the Honorable MJ number 2, RBC, Chainsaw, watch your sodium levels. To the Honorable former MJ number 3, This was last occupied as the seat was vacated. I can't give your nickname over the radio, but your initials are PG, and I'm glad you're no longer seated in your position.
Well, let me ask you to hold right there.
Yes, sir.
Interesting. Watch your sodium levels. Indeed. Words to live by. Hold on, we'll be right back in this historic program tonight, hearing some things that have never been heard before, and we'll do that in just a minute. Okay, Dan, go ahead and say hello to your friends.
Well, super, and again, the honor is mine. To the Honorable MJ4, Bobby Ray, I hope you get your magic wand back one of these days. To the Honorable MJ number 5, Henry, it's not too late to still get down on your knees and pray. To the Honorable MJ number 6, ZB, drop me a line and let me know whether or not that was really Tom up in the gallery with you, would you please? To the Honorable MJ number 7, the CJCS was a long haul for you. You're retired. Relax. You deserve it, RBM. To the Honorable MJ number 8, another man that can relax. The MOD will go on just fine, KT. Enjoy the rest of your time. To the Most Honorable MJ number 9, Cat CT, please say hi to the Right Honorable Baroness for me. And whatever you do, don't ever go back on, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here again. To the Honorable MJ number 10, last occupied by AG, say hi to Andrea for me, if you please. And finally, to the Honorable MJs number 11 and 12, HEV and EMK, for government scientists, you guys aren't half bad. God bless you and good luck. Thanks, Jeff.
You're welcome. All right, message delivered. Now, what I'd like to do, Dan, and I think our longtime listeners understand much of the story, I'd like to jump right in to your experiences at S4 with the J-Rod, or the EBE, or whatever you want to call him, and
yes, sir.
We'll call him an ET. I think that's the most understandable handle to put on this. If you would, just go right ahead and let's take it right from there and move through. Well, you were up there on assignment, and how was the first meeting arranged, and what was it like?
Well, the first meeting was arranged well prior to my actually going into the S4 facility. I engaged in a few-year training period prior to that.
Specifically for this kind of assignment?
Oh, absolutely. And in fact, this even arranged earlier. Not that I can get into the SUNY issue too much, but it even arranged as early as SUNY, with whom I was assigned. I was assigned the head of my dissertation committee. Marcia, stop me if I have to. But the head of my
we're going to have to be careful on that.
Okay, the head of my dissertation committee, in fact, is an expert on glycoproteins. And the glycoproteins became a central focus in our research with the J-Rod.
You might want to explain what a glycoprotein is, Dan.
Okay, if you want me to...
We don't want to get too scientific.
Well, right, that's what I'm concerned about. Well, a glycoprotein is basically a protein hooked to a carbohydrate.
Okay, which is apparently one of the key biological building blocks of what you're going to be involved with.
Well, absolutely, and a specific type of these glycoproteins are called antifreeze glycoproteins. And they're involved in a highly technical process which is called thermal hysteresis. It's a way of preventing bodily tissues from becoming frozen under cold temperatures. This was naturally developed in the skin of the J-Rod. And as time went by and as the illnesses proceeded in the J-Rods, they were less and less able to generate these antifreeze glycoproteins in their skin to protect them from freezing. So as their illness progressed, the less antifreeze glycoproteins in their skin allowed them to succumb to hypothermia. And that was one of the major problems. We basically encountered 3 separate problems.
How many of you said there? How many were there?